Hey everyone, my name is Mulder and welcome back to GameCron. Today we're looking at Cyberpunk 2077 Cyberware Netrunner build. I'll be going over the different types of cyberware I have connected to this build, along with what level my intelligence is at for my attributes, what perks I'm currently using, and what my Cyberdeck mods are. All that and more straight ahead. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. Now all the cyberware I'm about to go over you can either pick up at a Ripper dock, or you can get them out in the open world once you do some side missions. The first bit of cyberware we're going to talk about is the Netwatch Netdriver Mk.5. This is a legendary cyber deck to where you'll have 11 base RAM, 8 buffer side, and 6 slots. Like any other cyber deck, it allows you to perform quick hacks on targets or devices once you scan them. Offensive quick hacks can be uploaded to 3 targets within a 6-meter radius. Increased damage dealt by quick hacks is up by 30%. It increases the cyber deck RAM recovery rate by 9 units per 60 seconds. And it increases your quick hack spread distance by 60%. Now all this is well and good, but now I'm going to quickly talk about the Cyberdeck mods I currently have attached to this device. The first mod we're going to talk about is Ping, which is an excellent mod to use, which not only pings all enemies and all different types of devices within an area, but it also is a quick way to increase your quick hacking skill level every time you use it. The next mod is the Sonic Shock, which automatically deafens any target and cuts off their communication with their other allies, while also doing a little bit of damage to them. The next mod is the System Reset, which is probably the most powerful mod I have attached this entire build. Simply put, because the System Reset can automatically knock out any given target, including mini bosses, the moment you scan them and activate the device on them. Regardless if they have max health or low health, it will automatically incapacitate them and knock them out. Great for stealth or if you need to take a target alive. The next one is Short Circuit, which is great on enemy bots or mechs. Not only does it a decent amount of damage, but if you have certain mods equipped to where you can actually spread out the damage, it can actually affect other robots or drones in the area. It also does a fair amount of damage to even KOing certain types of cyberware users depending upon their level. The next mod is Weapon Glitch, which automatically deactivates or glitches out an enemy's weapon for a short bit of time. And the next is the Synapse Burnout, which is another powerful mod that can also automatically take out an enemy unit by overloading their system. It's not as powerful as the System Reset, but it's an excellent thing to use as a backup when you have your System Reset recharging. Now let's get further down the line of the cyberware I've currently attached to my character. The next one is the Titanium Bones, which increases your carrying capacity by 60%. Microrotors, which increases your attack speed. And the next up is the Ballistic Coprocessor, which I currently have at Legendary. This actually increases the chance for ricochet shots on any type of power weapons that you're currently using. So if you're a big fan of power weapons, this is definitely something worth having. And next up is the Monowire, which I currently have at Legendary. Now the Monowire that I attached does between 336 to 410 damage. It has between 130 to 160 physical damage, 3.25 attack speed, a 10% critical hit damage, and 20% bleeding chance. The Monowire, in my opinion, does a great job doing good crowd control on multiple weak to medium difficulty targets. When you're whipping around, it has a wide enough spread to where any targets that are surrounding you can easily take some damage. Not to mention that when you have the Monowire equipped but not using it, it can actually charge up its attack damage. The next one is the Lynx Paws, which allows me to move and run more quietly. Perfect for those of you that like to run around stealthily. Next up is the Subdermal Armor, which increases my overall armor by 140, Supra-Dermal Weave, which grants me immunity to bleeding, Fireproof Coating, which grants me immunity to burning, Synaptic Accelerator, which slows down time the moment I'm spotted by an enemy target for a few seconds. Again, something great to have when you want to run around stealthily. NeoFiber, which increases my evasion, the Cataresist, which increases my resistance, the Shock and Awe, to where if I take any real damage, I can actually send out a shockwave of electricity that damages enemy targets when they're too close to me, the Syn-lungs, which increases my overall stamina regen, the Microgenerator, which again, if I take too much damage and my health drops very low, I can send out another shockwave of electricity, stunning my enemy targets, giving me a chance to either escape or recover my health. The Bioconductor, which reduces all cyberware cooldowns by 10%. The Kiroshi Optics Mk.5, which automatically highlights groups of enemies, which allows all your weapons to have non-lethal headshots that don't do additional damage if you're trying to take a target alive, and also increases your critical hit chance. Visual Cortex Support, which increases your critical hit damage. Camillo RAM Manager, when your Cyberdeck's RAM reaches 2, it instantly frees up 20% of its space. And finally, the RAM Upgrade, which increases your Cyberdeck RAM recovery rate. Now all of this makes for a pretty powerful Netrunner, but now let's talk about the attributes I'm currently running for this character. The 3 attributes that I've been focusing a lot of my points in and perks that have been benefiting me with this build is Intelligence at level 15, with my Breach Protocol at level 10, and my Quick Hacking at level 10 as well, while also looking into my Technical Ability, which is at level 14, which is good to have when you're hacking certain types of doors, along with crafting certain types of weapons or upgraded cyberware mods, along with your Cyberdeck mods as well. And the other thing to keep in mind is also your body, which mine is currently at level 14, because as you're using the Monowire, it it does actually add more points to your Street Brawler, which mine is at level 10, if you so choose to use the Monowire at all with this build. Now let's talk about the perks, which we're going to start off with Intelligence in the Breach Protocol section. The perks I have unlocked right now for this character is Big Sleep, Almost In, Extended Network Interface, Advanced Data Mine Virtuoso, Turret Tamer, Mass Vulnerability Resistance, Mass Vulnerability, Turret Shutdown, Total Recall, and Cloud Cache. All of these perks will help you greatly in your RAM cost and also your quick hack mods. For example, with Cloud Cache, completing a Breach Protocol reduces the RAM cost of your next quick hack by 1 time the number of demons uploaded. So if you're in a dangerous situation and in an area to where there's multiple targets that you can deal with, this perk will allow you to reduce the amount of RAM you need to use if you're hacking multiple targets. And it just gets better the more you upgrade this ability, along with the other perks I've mentioned. But speaking of quick hacking, let's jump into that perk tree right now. The perks I've unlocked in this tree are the Biosyringe, Forget Me Not, I Spy, the School of Hard Hacks, Mnemonic, Diffusion, Hacker's Manual, Weak Link, and Plague. Again, as this skills tree shows, all this really benefits your quick hack abilities and your RAM. With Plague, for example, quick hacks that can spread can jump to 1 additional target. So for example, if you're using Short Circuit on an enemy drone or mech, and there's another one nearby, it can automatically jump over to that other machine and do damage to it as well. Upgrade this perk enough to where it can actually jump to multiple targets and knocking them all down before you could even fire a shot. It's definitely a lifesaver, especially in the higher difficulty missions. Now again, about the Monowire, I actually do like this thing because it's just really fun to use. It's not the best arms you can use in this game. I still feel like the Gorilla arms are one of the best attachments you can use. But the reason why I chose to team up the Monowire with my Netrunner build is because it's great on crowd control, and I like the idea that it can charge up its attack damage whenever I'm trying to take down a powerful opponent. Not to mention the fact that it's just really cool to use. But definitely the strongest thing about this build is the Cyberdeck mods I'm currently using with it. As I mentioned before, Ping, Sonic Shock, System Reset, Short Circuit, Weapon Glitch, and Synapse Burnout are definitely some of the best mods I'm currently running right now with this build. It's definitely catered more towards those players out there that like to run around stealthily, but if you're surrounded by multiple targets at once and taking heavy damage, System Reset can automatically KO one of those targets for you right out of the blue, along with the fact of Short Circuit or Sonic Shock being able to jump to multiple targets, either knocking them out or stunning them long enough to where you can either reload, heal yourself, and then finally take those targets out. You definitely feel like a stealthy hacker with this build, which is another reason why I love it. But I'm curious, what type of mods or perks and also Cyberware are you currently running with a Netrunner build of your own? Definitely drop a comment below. And that is it for our Cyberpunk 2077 Cyberware Netrunner build. If you enjoyed this video and find it very helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. I also did Cyberpunk 2077 Cyberware Street Brawler build a few days ago, so definitely go ahead and check that video out. I definitely have more content planned for Cyberpunk 2077 along with more games coming soon, but until then, I'm Mulder, and I'll see you next time in the GameCron.
Hit the scum where it counts!